Waking up Monday morning and having to go to court for the third week to face my international charge of fraud, I did not want to get out of bed. I was suffering a complete lack of motivation as I had to make another trip to Croydon, around an hour from my home on the train. If you want to know what happened to me, stay until the end of the podcast. Now, today's podcast is about Monday motivation. And when I sat down to prepare this podcast, I realized I did not know the history of Monday. In fact, Monday has been considered in many cultures to be the second and darkest day of the week. I will tell you why that is later in this podcast. I'll explain why Monday motivation is not such a good idea, especially when you're feeling tired, stressed, and overwhelmed. And this is for three main reasons. We're conditioned to dislike Mondays, and this can be broken. Motivation leads to burnout. Emotions attached to past experiences. So let's have a look at Monday. Monday is defined as the start of the week in most countries. It is the day in the Western world where we all get and do or do not find the motivation to go to work. However, different countries start their weeks on a different day. In the Christian cultural tradition, the first day of the week that coincides with the creation tale in the first book of the Bible, Genesis, where one of the first things God did was say, "Let there be light," and there was light. The day of light naturally is Sunday. Not every culture has Sunday as its first day. In the Slavic languages, Sunday is the last day of the week and is not named in honor of the sun. In Hungary, Sunday is called Vasárnap and means market day. And in Old Russian, where Sunday was sometimes called free day. Monday was named after the moon in Latin. It was known as dies lunae, day of the moon, and this made its way into Old English as Monandaig and the Monday in Middle English. It is said that in early pagan traditions, Monday was dedicated to the goddess of the moon, although in some Christian traditions, assigning the moon to the second day also follows the story of Genesis, where in between the first and second days, darkness was separated from light and evening came. So you can see why in our Western culture, Monday is not the most popular day, as most of us prefer the light to the dark. So now, do we need even to be motivated? In my experience, motivation leads to burnout. I'd rather have intent to work on something without motivation because I want to work on it. For me, motivation is short-lived. It may help you for a few minutes, but here's the reality of how that plays out. After a couple of hours of doing your Monday morning tasks that you do not like, you're going to be feeling unmotivated, unhappy again. You're better off asking yourself a different type of question to get a different type of result. It reminds me of Monte Cristo asking himself if he was acting as if he was God to punish the people who had wronged him, thus saying that he needed to be humbler. His motivation was revenge, but later when he got his feelings out of the way, this turned to forgiveness and charity. Finding a state of being that was patient and hopeful beyond needing motivation. Handing over all responsibility to right wrongs to God and just becoming an instrument of His will. So, generate good feelings every morning, I would suggest, is a better way. So through spiritual practice, and that could be, it could be meditation, exercise, reading. There's many different forms of spiritual practice. Then naturally you're going to have the energy to work on what you want. To be motivated without even thinking about having to motivate yourself. Some quotes for Monday motivation. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Albert Einstein. And the previous quote was Michael Jordan, if you hadn't guessed. A good way also is to be funny on a Monday, and to improve the mood. because laughing creates endorphins, which are linked to feelings of motivation. I found a few bloggers writing about having motivation on a Monday by being funny and laughing. So turn Monday into a day that you look for funny things to amuse your colleagues. Like hilarious memes, images, and quotes can help a lot if you're feeling lethargic after the weekend. So here are 3 things you can try. You can find a joke that's motivational and tell your co-workers or friends. Learn a motivational quote with an interesting angle and tell them it. Send a funny GIF and share it on social media with them. I also found a few videos on YouTube by people I feel are on top of their game. So one's called The Best Workout Motivation Ever, and it's by Joe Rogan. So he's one of the most popular, if you don't know him, podcast. He has one of the most popular podcasts in the world. And he's a fit guy. If you see him, he's a big guy, strong. And he talks to many people who are on top of their game. So what he says, I believe he has some weight. Joe loves to exercise and does not feel good without doing it. And he focuses always on the benefits he gets. So of course, he's going to exercise. Next one is called The Brain-Changing Benefits of Exercise by Wendy Suzuki. So Wendy's an expert on the brain, as has studied the benefits of exercise to improve its abilities on herself, as well as others, and her findings are profound. I found a lot of other videos on fitness motivation, but a lot of them are just like pump up. Come on, let's do some more press ups and sit ups, and you can do it. But I like to watch videos that stimulate my contemplations on something new around fitness, which these 2 videos did for me. However, my take is I need more than understanding the science and the benefits. I need doing exercise to feel natural to me, that I'm someone who is fit and is getting fitter. And I've done a couple of meditations on improving the inner self-image, so they may well be helpful to you if you feel that you're not somebody who's fit, or you even think you can be fit. It's all about the inner game. So I found some blogs on motivation. And from my research on these blogs, they're written by writers that I thought were genuinely exercising every Monday, because there's so much BS on the internet you can't trust it. You can't trust anybody. These people are not just hearing the snooze like I do sometimes. These are the best tips I found. So the number 1 motivational method is to set goals. It makes doing exercise meaningful as they have a purpose. For example, it could be to change the calorie burn this week. Do a Sunday night plan out your exercise for the week. If the gyms are open, do group classes and make friends. The camaraderie will help you as it's more fun. CrossFit is a very sociable group activity to do. I haven't tried it myself, but I know a lot of people who really love it. Have a workout buddy. If you have someone that trusts you to be in the park at 6 a.m., you're more likely to make that effort to be there. Put your alarm clock on the other side of the room. If it's next to your bed, you are likely to hit snooze. Once you're up, then do something immediately, like clean your teeth or wash your face. You could try the book, actually, The Miracle Morning, and you can get that on Amazon, and it's a good one if you feel not so motivated and getting up in the morning. So that's a very good one to try, The Miracle Morning. Try setting your alarm as your favorite workout music. You will feel pumped when you hear it, and it will help you get out of bed and start exercising. If you have not already, create a playlist for your workout on Spotify, Amazon Music. Give yourself a reward for completing your exercise. It could be to spend a couple of minutes enjoying the positive energy you have created, or preparing a post-workout smoothie. You can promise yourself a new pair of workout shoes or a sauna. Tell your friends on Facebook that you're going to work out on Monday mornings. If you do not, you will buy them a latte. So what about work, getting motivated? Well, what I found when researching Monday motivation for work is similar to fitness. So try other tips mentioned for fitness for work. But here are a few tips you can try specifically for work. So plan your Mondays so you have fun things to do. Do not wait for Friday. At lunchtime, ask a colleague to go for a coffee or lunch. Take regular breaks once every 2 hours at least. For me, on Monday mornings, I will have my favourite drink, which is coffee. Sounds strange, no? This might sound horrid, even, but I love it. There's a cappuccino-like smoothness. It tastes great, in my opinion, particularly if you've had double cream, and gives me a lot of energy. I'm not hungry for the whole morning and can keep going into the afternoon. So this is my favourite egg coffee recipe. I do not think coffee is good to have every day, as I believe it's in a bit of an addiction, can create dependency. So I have it like every other day. So the ingredients are like 3 eggs, a coffee, and I put some other nutrition in there, so like collagen powder, because I'm getting old, and apparently 80% of our skin is made of collagen, and we need to look after our skin. MCT oil, which is if you don't know, if you're looking into doing keto diets where you're just burning fat, then this is a really good one for increasing your energy levels. And I don't eat a lot of carbs, and I find it does help my energy levels. MCT oil and L-theanine, which is in green tea, and it helps take the buzz, the jitteriness from coffee, if you get that at all. So reduce the negative effects of the caffeine. And double cream. You want to get some Jersey cows, grass fed, double cream, which I get from an online company called Abel and Cole. So pour slowly the coffee into the bowl with the other ingredients so it does not cook the eggs, which I've done a few times before. You want a nice smooth, even ness to your coffee, and mix it with a hand blender, I would suggest. I've linked to where you can find out about the other ingredients and as well in the article with this podcast. So Monday motivation closing thoughts. So in regards to my court case, as I was saying at the beginning, the charges were dropped because I was caught up in the middle in business with a friend that got out of control. However, as with all adversity, there were lessons learned, and that ultimately led me onto the path of self-expression and life development. And that is why you've ended up listening to me on this podcast. If you'd like to channel some kind of adversity in your life and bettering it while also helping people on the way, then why don't you schedule a call with me and have a chat about how we can make that happen together. And I put a link in the description so you can set it up with me. To summarize, Monday motivation is not such a good idea as it can lead to burnout. No motivation is needed, as your natural way of being is to do the activities you need to do. Our historical concept of Monday is the day of darkness, or the moon. Spiritual practice can help you stay focused on what you need to do. Heal your inner child to remove the brakes on taking action. Use memes, images, and funny jokes to improve your mood on Mondays. Improve your inner self-image so you can see yourself as a motivated, focused person, and plan something to look forward to that you can do on Mondays. So that's it for this podcast, and I will speak to you next time.